Head Captain Yamamoto, Zanka no Tachi. The first major Bankai reveal of TYBW belongs to the strongest captain in Soul Society history. For over 1,000 years, Yamamoto barely needed to use his Bankai. But when the Quincy invasion threatened Soul Society, he finally unleashed Zanka no Tachi. The scary part is that this Bankai doesn't actually emit fire. Instead, it compresses the full scorching heat of his flames into the very edge of his blade. Every single swing carries a temperature of 15 million degrees, comparable to the core of the sun. Its west form coats Yamamoto in a visible cloak of pure, sun-level spiritual pressure that instantly vaporizes anything that gets close. Its south form summons an army of burning skeletons made from everyone he has ever killed, and its north form can literally erase enemies from existence with a single slash. Honestly, when your Bankai starts threatening to destroy the entire Soul Society just by remaining active, you've probably unlocked too much power. Retsu no Hana Minazuki. After Yamamoto's defeat, Soul Society needed one final gamble. That gamble was Retsu Unohana. For hundreds of years, Unohana acted like the kind, gentle captain of Squad 4. Then TYBW revealed her dark secret. She was actually the first Kenpachi, the most feared, bloodthirsty swordsman of her era. Her Bankai, Minazuki, oozes a terrifying, acid-like substance that coats the battlefield, visually resembling a swamp of blood. During her battle with Zaraki, Unohana repeatedly melts him down to the bone and heals him back up over and over again, all to unlock the true power he had subconsciously sealed away since childhood. This wasn't training. This was the most violent therapy session in anime history. Kenpachi Zaraki Bankai no Zarashi. After finally unlocking his Shikai and surviving Unohana's deadly challenge, Zaraki continued growing stronger throughout the war. Then, during his brutal battle against Gerard Valkyrie, he finally unleashed Bankai, and it looked exactly how you'd expect a Kenpachi Bankai to look. His skin turns a demonic red, his power explodes, and every swing of his blade becomes a literal natural disaster. The sheer strength of this form allows him to effortlessly overwhelm Gerard and slice through attacks that would destroy entire cities. The only problem? Kenpachi becomes so powerful that even his own body struggles to handle it. Imagine unlocking a power-up so ridiculous that your own muscles start tearing themselves apart just from being too strong. Rukia Kuchiki Hakka no Togame. For years, Rukia was known as a highly skilled soul reaper. In TYBW, she finally proved why she deserved top-tier, captain-level respect. Her Bankai, Hakka no Togame, lowers her body temperature to absolute 0, instantly freezing everything in her vicinity. The entire battlefield becomes a frozen death zone, where even the strongest enemies are instantly turned into brittle ice statues. She uses this power against S-Nut, the Sternritter who weaponized fear itself, completely shattering him in a single attack. The major downside is that Rukia herself can be fatally damaged if she doesn't carefully and slowly return her body temperature to normal. So yes, her Bankai is powerful enough to defeat godlike enemies, but it's also dangerous enough to accidentally defeat its user. Renji Abarai, True Suzabimaru. While Rukia was training in the royal palace, Renji was doing the same, and that's when he discovered something a bit embarrassing. The Bankai he had been using for years, it wasn't even the real version. Because his weapon didn't fully respect him, it had only given him half its name. After finally learning Zabimaru's true name, Renji unlocks True Suzabimaru. This upgraded Bankai gains far greater power, tighter control, and several devastating new abilities. Its massive skeletal arm can crush opponents to dust, while its hidden blade can extend over massive distances for a surprise kill. Renji demonstrates this upgrade by completely destroying Masculine, a Sternritter strong enough to overwhelm multiple captains. Honestly, Renji went from losing important fights to becoming one of Soul Society's biggest heavy hitters. Shunsui Kyoraku, Katen Kyokotsu, Karamatsu Shinju. When one of Yuwak's strongest elite soldiers, Lilibaro, refused to stay down, Shunsui was forced to reveal his true power, and it was absolutely terrifying. Instead of attacking directly, Shunsui's Bankai traps everyone nearby inside a tragic, inescapable 4-act play. First, any wounds inflicted are shared between both opponents. Then, an incurable despair spreads across the battlefield. After that, victims begin drowning together in a massive abyss of spiritual pressure. Finally, a deadly thread wraps around the enemy's neck before cleanly severing it. This Bankai feels less like a weapon and more like a horror story brought to life. Most Bankai attack your body. Shunsui's attacks your fate. Toshiro Hitsugaya, Meicher Daiguren, Hayorimaru. After being transformed into a zombie and later restored, Hitsugaya returned to the battlefield stronger than ever. When the ice petals of his Bankai finally fade instead of deactivating, his Bankai fully matures, temporarily turning him into an adult and unlocking the complete power of Hyorin Maru. In this form, everything he freezes loses its function entirely. Weapons stop working, abilities stop working. Even supernatural, godlike powers completely cease to function once they are coated in his ice. Against Gerard Valkyrie, Hitsugaya demonstrates why Hyorin Maru is considered the undisputed strongest ice-type Zanpakuto. At that point, he wasn't just freezing people anymore, he was freezing concepts. Mayuri Kurotsuchi, modified Konjiki Ashisogi Jizo. Most captains improve their combat skills through rigorous training. Mayuri improves through twisted experiments that probably violate several laws of nature. During his bizarre battle against Pernita, the left hand of the Soul King, he reveals a heavily modified version of Konjiki Ashisogi Jizo, specifically engineered to adapt against unknown threats. This giant, creepy creature can birth new iterations of itself, develop instant counters, and alter its own biology based on whatever opponent it faces. Every time Pernita changes its strategy, Mayuri's Bankai evolves to counter it. Fighting Mayuri is basically trying to win a game against someone who already counter-programmed your next 5 moves before the match even started. Kisuke Urahara, Kannonbiraki Benihime Aratame. And finally, we have one of the smartest, most enigmatic characters in Bleach, Kisuke Urahara. For years, fans wondered what his Bankai could possibly do, and somehow the reveal was even stranger than expected. Kannonbiraki Benihime Aratame manifests a giant, beautiful goddess, capable of physically restructuring anything she touches. Kisuke can use this to instantly repair his own blindness, rebuild damaged internal organs, enhance his muscles, or literally tear apart the physical structure of his enemies. During his battle against Asken-nak Lavar, this ability allows him to completely reshape the battlefield and survive fatal situations. Most Soul Reapers use their Bankai to destroy things. Kisuke uses his to rewrite reality. The 1,000-Year Blood War gave us some of the greatest, most hype-inducing Bankai reveals in anime history. From Yamamoto's sun-level heat to Urahara's reality-bending reconstruction, every captain brought something legendary to the table. But if you could choose just one TYBW Bankai to have in real life, which one would it be? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more Bleach breakdowns.